When it's about $18,000 to purchase a new car, the bank charges interest at an annual rate of 3.6% compounded monthly. Typically, car loans, you pay monthly and they're charging you interest monthly. The bank informs you that with a monthly payment of $330, you will pay off this loan in 5 years. How many months is 5 years?
A whole lot of years.
I just heard a story on the radio the other day that the average car loan had 4 years used to be the standard. 5 years is now becoming the standard, and some places are taking about 7 or 8 years for customers. To give them, yeah. So what happens is you can buy a nicer car because your payment is lowered, but they're stretching it out over almost double what it used to be. You know, if you go from a 4 to an 8-year loan, you just pay a ton more interest. So in reality, the companies make more money. So, what is the monthly interest rate? Interest rate is percent. So take the percent and do what? $3.6 divided by 12 is 0.3%. Now this starts to get confusing for students because that's already a decimal, right? But it's an interest rate. An interest rate is a percent. So we're not to the decimal that we're going to use in the problem. We'd still have to divide that thing by 100. So if we're going to write a recursive formula that can calculate the loan, I'm going to start my loan at the $18,000. And then I'm going to tell it 1 plus, again, I'm adding because interest on a loan is going to be added to your balance. It's going to increase your balance. If you never paid anything on your loan, the interest builds against you. So we want to appreciate.
But I thought there's
1 plus 3.036. So what I'm going to do is go back to the original percent, change that to a decimal, and then divide by 12. Minus my 330. So what this is going to do now, to shift to geometric, this part is going to increase the balance, and hopefully the 330 will decrease it eventually. Find use of 12 on your calculator. What's use of 12? What's use of 12?
1 year.
1 year. So you have to watch this monthly, weekly stuff. How many times in 1 year are you making the calculations? So I go to y equals. I'm leaving, well, I can make that 18,000. So I'm going to leave my u sub n minus 1 in there. And we're doing 1 plus again. But here's what I'm going to do, 0.036 divide by 12, taking my interest rate, dividing it into months, close it, and subtract 330. 330. Table is set, go to the 12th one, second graph, or go look at the table. I still owe $14,633. If you want the exact value, you can highlight it, and at the bottom it'll give you the 81. So 14,632.80. 14,632.80. Some of you might have jumped ahead and typed in, you know, you can go second table set. Let's go out to about 58 months and look at the table. And then down here. So I sent in my 60th payment, and what does that tell me? That's what this question is. Sent in my 60th payment, what does that negative 114.30 mean?
Like you probably if you're in a negative zone, that means you can't afford, you probably can't afford if you're in a negative zone.
Well, what this is actually telling me is that
5
after 57 months, I still owe $870. Then I still owe $543. I still owe $215. So after 59 payments, I still owe $215. After the 60th payment,
You've paid it off.
I've paid too much money. Right? Now, today's loans are set up much better. People make, the computers, calculators, the calculations are more accurate, and they actually are much better. But this used to happen to people where you get down to the end and you would call the bank and you'd say, what's my payoff quote, maybe in the last month, and they would say, just send the $215.03. Because in that last month, 0.3% on $215 is not going to make a big deal. Some places might get the last couple pennies out of you, but so after 59 months, we owe $215. So really, it was 59 payments of $330, and the 60th payment, let's just use that $215. Okay, that's close enough. In that last month, we're just going to use the $215. So how much will you actually pay for the car over the life of this loan? Can somebody tell me what 59 times 330 is? What is it? 19,470 plus an additional 215.03, and if I add these up, this one's pretty easy. If you would take that and subtract 18,000, what's 19,685 minus 18,000? Oh, that's down here. So what's 19,685.03 minus 18,000? It's 1,685.03 in interest.